You're listening to The Manning Report with your host, James David Manning. The news behind the headlines.
Joe Scarborough of MSNBC has ripped into the so-called high and mighty Robert Mueller. I'm going to read one more article called Today Reading Day. During Wednesday's show, MSNBC's host Joe Scarborough lit into Mueller in a fiery rant calling on him to make the trek to Capitol Hill and testify on the finding of the controversial report. After dispensing with that advice, a charged up Scarborough turned critic and blasted the special counsel's attempt to stay above the political fray. I'm sorry, in a quotation rather. I'm sorry, does he really think that it is every American's that way, that they want to spend their day reading the Mueller report? Scarborough asked during a interview with Representative Jim Hines of Connecticut. So, I think there's some weight to this. There's something that's important here, that Mueller needs to step out and stop trying to be so politically correct about this and just go and tell us what the story is. And at some point in time, Nancy Pelosi is going to have to start an impeachment hearing. There are other things working. I'll give Nancy Pelosi the like this story I just read. I just read to you and what's going to be a bombshell when we finally get the details about what David Pecker has at National Enquirer on Becky Falwell, Jerry Falwell Jr., and Mr. Granda of Florida. When all the details come out, it's going to upset the campaign. But I think also that Mueller ought to testify, and at some point I think that Nancy Pelosi will have to move towards impeachments, but you got to tear down these Republicans. This is a bit of a news blog we do, looking at spiritual wickedness in high places for the most part, making some observations about it and giving people a biblical foundation to the way of interpreting, rather than have Sean Hannity or Laura Ingraham or Janine Pirro or Anderson Cooper or Rachel Maddow or Don Lemon, Rush Limbaugh interpret what's going on in the world. You come to me and I'll tell you based on what the Word of God says. They'll just give you their worldly, sinful view. But the Manning Report will tell you what God has said, whether to say yea or nay, whether to go or to stay. You'll be led by the word of Almighty God. Come to the Manning Report on a daily basis to interpret the spiritual wickedness in high places, because there's plenty of it that's going on. And so I'm the Lord's servant, James David Righteous Rebel Manning, and I'm here to serve you with news and information.